One of the pretty difficult limitations on my 5-star only account right now has been the lack of a Vanguard. Not having a Vanguard has made it so that I can't complete Annihilation 1. However, HyperGryph has just opened up a record restore for Global that includes Grani and the Knight's Treasure, which would allow me to get a Charger Vanguard, which would be massive. They're not the best, Grani's not the best unit, but it would definitely help me clear more content. So all I've got to do is get 10 stars on stages, and I'll have myself a Vanguard. So for stage GT-1, this is all we have to bring, Spectre and Whislash. We can place Whislash here facing up, Spectre here facing to the right. We're going to proc Spectre often to preserve her hit points. And then we're going to proc Whislash occasionally so that we can preserve her hit points as well. And then when the red guy gets on Grani, you want to proc Grani. For GT2, we're just going to use some AoE units. We're going to place Leonhardt here, facing to the right. He's going to take out these two slugs at the same time. Then, when more slugs come into range, he's going to damage this unit twice before Executor goes down and takes him out. You really want to save both their ability procs for this moment, and then proc both units. The objective is to conserve as many of their hit points as possible. That's it. So for stage GT-3, we're only going to bring 4 units. We're going to place Spectre here. Executor. And then we're going to place Breeze here. We're going to proc Spectre. Then when this logger comes out, we're going to place Whislash here. Proc Executor, proc Whislash, proc Spectre and Breeze, and Scotty. Then proc Executor again. And you might as well proc Whislash for good measure. And that's it. For GT4, we're just going to use these 4 operators again. We're going to place Spectre here first, facing up. Whislash goes here, facing up. And there's a temptation to place Executor here, but the problem with here is that there are these snipers that come out here, and they tend to stand in one spot and shoot at my AoE unit, so we're going to place him here instead. We're going to proc Spectre, and then place Breeze here. We're going to proc Whislash, and the reason we put Whislash one step closer here is so that this sniper can't hit her, because if she's here, the sniper will attack her. Then as this logger. I think they're called loggers. As this logger comes up, we're going to hit Executor skill. See, with Spectre's position, she gets multiple attacks as this guy walks across. We're going to use Whistlash's skill again. Now Breeze's skill. And then these guys tend to group up in the center and they'll get killed. Alright. So that's all we had to do to get Grani. Now that we have Grani on the account, we are able to take on Annihilation stages. So this is what I came up with for Annihilation 1 using only Grani as my source of deployment points. First we place Grani here. And what we're going to do is we're going to watch this number up here, the number of kills we've gotten, to know when we need to deploy our units. And at 25, you can place Croissant. At 49, we're going to place Platinum down here. At 96, we're going to place Breeze here facing up, and then proc Grani and proc Platinum. Then at 100, we're going to place Spectre up here. At 111, we're going to place Estina here facing down. And then we're going to wait just a second until these connect, and then proc Spectre. At 134, we're going to place Executor right here facing down. Then we're going to wait for this drone to get outside of what looks like Estina's range, and then proc Estina. Just sort of imagine a line right here where Estina's range would extend, and when the drone crosses that line, proc her. And after 152 or so, place Sylvan over here. At 292, it's now safe enough for Amiya to come down. At 319, we want to watch. Wait for this tank to hit Spectre 3 times, and then proc Breeze. At 339, we want to retreat Grani, and then we want to proc Amiya. proc Spectre when the mage gets in range. And then you want to proc Breeze when this logger approaches. Now you want to use Executor's skill. Then at 350, these mages will come out over here, and then mages will come out down here as well. You want to use Amiya's skill. Wait a moment before these mages come into range, and then use Estina's skill. Wait a moment before Estina's been hit, and then use Breeze's skill, and then place Whislash facing down. Then you want to activate Spectre's skill up here. And then in theory, Whislash and Estina should be able to take out this logger. Very nice. Then we can activate Executor's skill. At 385, Crown Slayer comes in from the bottom. You want to place Grani here, facing Crown Slayer, and proc Platinum. Proc Breeze and Estina, and proc Spectre. You can retreat Grani now, and proc Executor to finish off these last two units. And that's Annihilation 1. That is incredibly cool to do with only E0 units, with only 10 units, and with only Grani as my source of deployment points. Awesome. That would have changed a lot of how I did that level. The standard clear for Annihilation 1 usually involves a pusher right here facing up to push everyone into this hole. That probably would have made things a lot easier. Oh well.